Right. So
Okay, that was funny.
there's Trophy Cat. So, all right, Jeremy, we got 16 people in here. Let's go ahead and get started. I'll let you kind of kick it off, and then Everett and I can pitch in where we need to.
For sure.
Floor is yours, brother.
What's up?
Floor is
Go
yours.
ahead and kick things off. We got 20 people in here. Let's go ahead and kick things off, and then we'll.
All right, I just want to go through some sponsors first, so everyone's aware of them. Of course, Adam Flegel with Flegel Electric and Flegel Family Adventures. He stepped up huge, and he's paying for all the plaques this year, putting up $100 at every tournament for big fish. I really appreciate that because it takes a load off of me when it comes to the plaques, because that's actually a lot of work for me every tournament. Nocturnal Nation has stepped up, and they're donating a bunch of hooks. Easy Clips, Philip Brown, he stepped up, and we're going to get a set of Easy Clips for every tournament, which by far the best clip I've ever used for culling fish in a tournament.
Awesome.
Parks Planers, of course. Kevin's always supported me for a long time. He's a great dude. I know a lot of you guys fish his bores already, but if you don't, definitely check him out. Fish Bite Rod Holders, Alan Long's a great guy. I know a lot of our guys use his rod holders. Make sure you check him out. Jay's Weights, of course. Jason Jura fishes some of our events, so I'm sure you'll see him around, but he's always been great for Wicked Whiskers. Britt Moore with Bottle Bobbers. He stepped up last year and gave me a buttload of bottle bobbers that I kept giving out. I even gave them out at the end of the year meeting and everything, so it's a great product. We got Hook 'em Bait and Tackle. Ryan has stepped up. He's donated 2 bank rod holders for every event.
Oh, which we have too.
Yeah, actually I have one right here. Pretty cool rod holder. Pretty versatile.
Versus my giant. Oh.
Yeah, we understand that.
Quiet, Alyssa. Can't hear.
I didn't want Tampa's boyfriend to see.
No, I lost where I was at.
Kiss and rig.
Kiss and Fish. Alyssa's donating a bunch of rigs to give away. Make sure you try those out. Catfish Kobe, as always, I'm a big supporter of Catfish Kobe. He's a big supporter of me. Will remain that way for as long as I can go. So they're going to be on there. And the big announcement I have is we lost Mad Cats due to my own personal endeavors. We split on good terms. Matt Knight's a great dude. I appreciate him. But that being said, Trophy Cat Tackle has stepped up. PJ Kirker he's going to give a rod for every tournament that we're going to give to big fish.
Really pretty rods.
They are pretty rods. So I really appreciate that.
Hell yeah, shout out to PJ Kirker.
Yeah, great dude. And that's it for sponsors right now. I do have Fatfish Designs that I've been talking to, and it sounds like he's going to sponsor it. So I want to say that we could count on that, but I don't want to put it in writing yet. But sounds like he's going to donate some cutting boards for the season as well.
Yep.
That's pretty much it on the sponsors as of right now. I do have Scott Guy, who has put up $250 for End of Year Youth Award and $250 for End of Year Lady Award. So that's pretty cool. There's 2 new awards that we haven't had in the past for end of year, and we'll have this year. The other one we, of course, added last year was Member of the Year. And last year it was all me that chose Ed, and Ed's a great dude. He's starting his own club. Make sure you check that out, too. It's a smaller club for the smaller lakes. I think it's called Backroads Catfishing Association. But me and Alyssa, I'm sure, will be at some of those.
Yes.
But this year, for Member of the Year, it's going to be put up to a vote, and people are going to nominate people. And
it's not you, Josh.
And then, of course, we'll still have Big Cat of the Year, which covers all 3 species, pretty much blue and flathead, because we also have Big Channel Cat of the Year. And then we'll have Team of the Year. Same as years in the past. It's a $130 entry. $10 of every entry will go towards those end-of-year awards. $10 goes to me running the tournaments, which also incurs the cost of banners and everything I have to get for the tournaments. And then $10 will go to big fish at every tournament, and then the other $100 is split up to first, second, or third. If we have over 25 teams, then I pay fourth as well. And then, of course, we have a lot of product sponsors that I give away to positions after that. There is one tournament that is $250, and that's a 2-day tournament at Calamus. And we technically have two 2-day tournaments, but the other one is 2 separate tournaments that we also will do a 2-day side pod in. But let's go over those really quick. So the first tournament is April 15th at Tuttle, and it's 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. That is in Kansas. Make sure you have your Kansas license. If you're using 3 poles, make sure you have your 3rd pole permit, because we do allow sticks rods in that event. The next one is Calamus. Thanks, Josh. I appreciate that. It's Calamus, and it's May 20th and 21st. It's a 2-day event. Last year it was a 1-day event, and I'm telling you guys, I did not expect how good the bite was the spring out there. So come out there and catch some big cats, because like me, Taryn, and Bugs, we released 15 over 20 pounds in that tournament. It was a great time.
We ain't gonna talk about Cameron catching fish. Yeah, and we'll be camped out at a lot of these tournaments, me and Alyssa, so if anyone wants to come hang out and camp and talk fishing.
Angel entry fees are $130 plus $50 for big fishes, except for
no, big fish isn't $50.
Okay.
Big fish is included in your entry. So okay. I used to do a side pot that was $50. At our meeting this year, we decided that that's just too much for me to keep track of. So there is a guy in our club that will be running a side pot that is $50, and will pay first, second, and third. It's 100% paid out, but that's off my table, and it's completely separate from the tournament. If you get in with him, that's between you and him and what he's paying out.
Gotcha. So I misunderstood Everett's comment the other day then.
Yeah. No, his name is Jim Edens. He'll be running it.
Gotcha. Yeah. So, okay.
Then June 10th, we have Milford overnight. There's not a lot of overnight tournaments at Milford, and people asked for one. And originally that was our Johnson event. Unfortunately, we weren't able to do Johnson this year. So another Kansas one. We actually have 3 Kansas ones this year, which I personally think is pretty cool. And all 3 of these lakes are just as close as any of the lakes we go to out west in Nebraska. So
Josh did so good at Johnson.
Yeah. Yeah, Josh killed it at Johnson, so he's disappointed we don't have Johnson on again this year.
Josh did phenomenal at Johnson.
And then we got Branch Stokes, August 5th, Harland, August 19th. And then our other one that's kind of a 2-dayer is September 16th and September 17th. They're actually 2 separate tournaments, but we will run a $100 side pot that pays first, second, and third from 2-day total of those tournaments if you fish both of them. But that's Swanson and Red Willow. And then we end the year at Perry in Kansas. And Perry, guys, it's becoming a big deal. So get out there and fish Perry. It's going to be a fun lake.
Perry is super fun.
Yep.
Another thing that we brought up in the year meeting is we're trying, like last year we implemented a rule where you had to be, if you weren't signed up, you had to be there and be signed up a half hour before the tournament starts. That's still in effect this year, but last year we still had teams show up after that time, or they didn't realize 40 teams were going to show up, and I have a long line of people that I'm still signing up while everyone's trying to get out and go fishing. This year that rule's still in place. However, if you sign up after that deadline, it's a $20 fee. So be prepared to pay an extra $20 if you're risking it by showing up that close to us starting.
That's more than fair.
Yep.
We got stuff to do.
Yep.
Like some of us are helping check boats and everything else, and you got people trying to get in the water. So.
I mean, really,
there'll be a few of us extra helping out, trying to keep things going and keep people moving. But I mean, if you can't show up with reasonable time, I feel $20 is fair. I mean,
it is.
If we want to keep our start time, the start time that we have set, we got to keep things rolling.
Yeah.
Also, Jeremy, add hidden agenda catfishing on that with Scott Guy, $100.
Okay. I'll also say this: I do have money already donated for Youth Pot at every event. My goal is to make sure we're paying out $100 to the highest finishing youth at every tournament. I haven't fully decided if I'm going to do it to the top finishing youth for that tournament or if it's going to be big fish youth for that tournament. But I'm trying to get it where I have $100 to give out, and I'm trying to get it set up to where if there is other kids that show up, I have something at least to give them as well.
You know me,
Okay.
I'm always donating to the youth pot, so let's do it.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
for the lady end of year lady award and the youth award, you only have to fish for the events because I understand that we don't get as many women or children involved, and we're trying to get more involved. But I'm not going to tell them they have to show up for 5-6 events like we do for the other awards. So
right. So, what are the payouts or rewards for top places? A lot of that
all depends on what is. So every entry, $100 goes towards first, second, and third. Fourth, if there is over 25 teams. And I divide it up. If I'm paying 3 teams, I divide it up $50, $30, $20 for second and third. If there's 4 teams, it's 50, 30, 15, 5. So that's how it's paid out. So it just depends how many teams are there. 20 teams show up, it's $1,000 for first place.
You have 40 teams on
Now the Adam Flegel again sponsored every event, and he gets to fish every event without paying that entry fee. That's just what we offer him up for being so supportive and putting up so much money to add that $100. I mean, so you kind of don't even notice that it's missing because $100 is still added to big fish. And big fish can get pretty high sometimes. When we have 40 teams show up, big fish is $500. So
right. Okay, I think we got that part good.
And no stringers. I keep getting asked about that. I will never allow stringers. Don't even bother me with that. As long as I'm running this club, stringers will not be allowed. I already push it and allow fishing baskets. I still want you guys to really take care of your fish, and I'm going to watch them a little bit closer this year. If I see the same team constantly coming in with beat up fish, I'm going to say something. But I will never allow stringers, so don't even bring it up.
Good man.
Are you talking per tournament or just total, Eric?
And honestly, Eric, I would divide it up how you suggested me to divide up. But otherwise, if you went off of what I was going to say, I would divide it up the same way I would do if there was $500 in the tournament, which would be 50, 30, 20.
But I think we were going to talk to him too about product stuff more to push.
Right.
Yep. I'm going to talk to him a little bit more tomorrow.
We just want to be well-rounded and make sure that we're actually promoting our sponsors.
Big Nasty. A lot of these guys will have catfishing boats, so they have big enough live well to keep them alive for one. 2, there's a lot of guys like Everett who, you spent $100 on your setup, and it's just a tank from Walmart, and he's able to keep them alive. I also do weigh in fish all through the tournament, so if you have a fish struggling at all, I will come weigh it in. Once it's weighed in, it counts towards your 5 fish. And then the big ocean baskets that people use. I don't have one with me to show you, but it's basically a giant fish basket that's about 3 foot wide. So,
yeah, anybody needs help making a homemade live well, I can definitely help you out with that one. I mean, it's simple, it's cheap, and it works.
Right. The whole main goal here is just to keep our fish safe.
Right.
We don't have to dump a ton of money into it. We can bring something if we need to, but the whole idea is just to keep our fish safe. We want to make sure
Eric, if it was total for the whole tournament, if it's $500 total for the whole tournament, I will get with you and talk to you about how you would want to do that. Me personally, I'd probably put that more towards end of year awards at that point.
We'll after Jeremy's done and everything else, we'll touch base on the live well thing again.
Yep. Yeah, Eric, Jeremy and I can touch base with you a little bit tomorrow too if we need to. I think I've got a pretty good idea kind of set in my head of how we can promote it.
That's super cool.
But
no, that's cool, Big Nasty. I appreciate it.
It's definitely a good question, Big Nasty.
We've had people ask if they could fish out of their kayaks before. I mean, if you're able to make it work, it's still a boat. So
right.
Pawnee, we had the dad and the son fishing out of the little puddle jumper. Remember?
Yeah. That being said, no bank fishing at all at my events. I get asked that one a lot too. I'm sure there is some clubs that allow bank fishing. They're probably smaller clubs. Go check them out.
So
That was bad time.
I'll be right back.
welcome in, good old fishing. So, Jeremy, have you decided on sponsorship on the sign up forms? Are we going to allow them a section to list their sponsorships?
Yeah, I'm gonna allow them to list them on there, and then I'll announce them. Especially if we're going live, I want to make sure they get recognized.
Yep.
And honestly,
That's a
guys,
lot.
I could care less what any of you fish with. I mean, I'm gonna push what I enjoy and what I think is great, but everyone has their own discretion. So
Right.
And you put a lot of time and money and effort into those sponsors. So
yeah.
Right.
promote them away.
So that's one thing that we're going to see change a little bit differently. Is you guys will have the option on your sign up form, correct, Jeremy? Where is that where they're going to list is the sign up form?
Yeah.
Okay. So you'll be able to list your sponsors. I mean, we have a lot of guys that fish with sponsors, 1, 2, 3, maybe 5. But we're going to give you guys an option this year to put down your sponsors. That way, come weigh in, Jeremy can give your guys a shout out to sponsor because we're going to be doing a lot of live this year on YouTube. So we want to make sure that it's not just the tournament series sponsors that are getting recognition. We want to make sure that you guys have the option to give your sponsors recognition as well. So with that, I made a post on our Facebook page with the YouTube links. Make sure that you go in and you follow myself, Nebraska Mad Catter, Jeremy, and Hidden Agenda. We need to make sure that we have everybody subscribed to us. That way, when we go to do these events during the tournaments, we have everybody and we don't have to find somebody. But we're going to try and do a couple live events throughout the tournament series this year. And I may come up to 1 or 2 of you before the tournament and see if you'd be willing to go live during the tournament and just kind of hop in, keep our viewers. We've had a lot of requests around the nation that are interested in our tournament series and they want to see what's going on. So I've talked with Jeremy. We're going to go live during the tournament series, weigh-ins during the tournaments while we're on the water. No, Eric, this is all lake.
You like
These are all
Wicked
lake, Eric.
Whisker Outdoors.
Right.
Because we'll be putting a YouTube episode out for every tournament this year as well.
Yep. They're going to do a
So
video.
we'll have
everyone.
our sponsors. We'll have the club sponsors. We'll make sure I know you guys spend a lot of time and money on your boats to promote stuff. So we'll get a lot of boat footage this year. I think it'll be a lot of fun.
Alyssa,
I want to do a lot of
I'm gonna
camping
need your
too.
decal for my boat, actually.
Right. So I'm going to do a little something different. I'm going to host an online live while we're fishing. I'll probably call on a couple guys to hop in there and do channels. So we just want to find a way to keep our audience that can't be there with us also entertained, as well as giving everybody's sponsors a shout out and recognition.
As for the states, it's Kansas and Nebraska.
And here's the thing on top of it all is everybody's always asking for pictures of the board and everything else. If we can do a live weigh-in, then they can see that.
That's another shout out I need to give because Adam Flegel's having a new board made that will have our logo and everything on it. I thought that was pretty cool. So
that's badass. That's cool shit. So. I love Adam. Adam's a good dude.
He is.
And live weigh-ins are fun.
And I think he's getting a chip board too, so we'll be back at chips instead of sticks.
Oh, well, I'm gonna lose the chip.
Yeah, probably.
I like the stick. I can break them.
Angel, are you talking just Wicked Whisker stickers, like tournament series stickers, or are you talking for individual tournaments?
I do want to get decals made. Right now, Eric Fisser has permission to use my logo to make decals. Reach out to Eric Fisser, and he can make any size you want. He'll charge you for it, of course, but he'll make any size you want.
Right. So, Eric, are you in here?
I don't think
I haven't seen him pop in yet, but
if he's not available, I do have a lady who's local here in Council Bluffs. She will make them as well.
Yep.
Billy might be able to do it soon. He was talking to me earlier. So.
Who?
Yep.
Billy.
Oh, screw that guy.
What's up, Andrew? and I've got a cricket here that we can also cut decals up to a certain size, but
I'll probably
Eric's been doing it. Eric's been doing it. Let's try and stick with Eric the best we can.
For sure.
And if we need to find somebody to supplement one or two times, we can.
Yeah. We'll get some decals made.
Yeah.
Oh, Billy, Hidden Agenda catfish decals for free, huh, brother? That's what I'm talking about. Maybe see. Hey, Rick,
Dallas Cowboys are missing.
You better be quiet down over there, brother. Don't be talking about the Cowboys, my man.
Oh no.
We used to be friends, Rick.
I mean, yeah, I've seen the Dallas Cowboys, but I haven't seen a good fan for a while.
Hey. Oh, Christina's in here too. Yeah, now you just gained a friend, Rick. You got Christina on your side. This is not going to end well for me.
Hey, Christina. So,
damn it.
But just to kind of close that deal about the YouTube, just make sure that as soon as you can, make sure you subscribe to myself, Jeremy, and Alyssa.
What's up, Epic?
And Hidden Agenda, so we can all have everybody together. That's all I got to say.
I'll
put out more details.
I think Billy's got a GoPro that we're going to start doing some lives.
Yep. So that's the plan. We're going to do some lives, try and get everybody recognition, sponsors recognition. So if you guys can make sure you're subscribed to.
Yeah, my tournament series has no restrictions on social media. Yeah.
So.
Did you hear that, Josh?
He hit that, Scott Michael. He talked about
our
that.
Tournament series has no restrictions on social media.
Scott.
Like I first
there's some that do, and I really don't care what you do with social media. I think it's great for the sponsors and tournaments, so go for it. Make videos, take pictures.
I'm one of those.
We're gonna dance.
Usually it's me and Jeremy asking each other if we've caught anything yet.
Rick, I'm gonna look into that.
I'm bad at that because I'm like super secretive.
Oh, there you go, Jeremy. Rick Green's asking if you're going to have more hoodies this year.
Yeah, I'm going to look into it. Last year, the price was just so high. Not that I think it's going down at all, but it might have to be another pre-sale situation if I do it.
Wasn't there a hoodie shortage last year, though?
No, it's just called COVID and the president. Never mind, I won't get into politics.
I don't know. Scott Michael heard me. I'm adding on to his little plaque in the year woman child plaque. Me and Billy will work that out between the two of us. We'll figure it out. Just like we're.
What's up, El Zorro?
We're gonna sponsor.
Worst case scenario, I think Billy's gonna be able to do some vinyl stuff, so we could get some hoodies with vinyl on them.
Right.
Yep, definitely need a hoodie. Win his first tournament of the year, April. What was it, Jeremy?
14th or 15th at Tuttle.
April 15th, Tuttle.
I can't wait.
How are you claiming Calamus plaques? I seen what you did last year. You were chasing me down.
Get off of the boy, man. He's got the boss with him this year. The only person I got to worry about at Calamus is Tamron, okay?
And she has your number there, so good luck.
I know. That's the problem.
Everett already bought her Cheez-Its, so we're good.
You know she likes monsters too, right?
Yeah, I got a whole case. We're ready to go, bro.
Frick, I got her a 12-pack, brother.
So, yeah, Epic. I mean, social media has been great to a lot of us, and hopefully we can make it great to the tournament series a little bit more yet this year. So,
it's one of the best, hands down. I've been fishing this 6 years now, Jeremy.
This will be our 6th year.
And it's hands down some of the best dudes in the industry. I'll tell you what. I mean, some of the nicest guys. Most of these guys will give you the shirt off their back. If you need help, they're willing to help out. You know, like me, Jeremy, and a bunch of others, we all camp together in a group. is somebody short on food or whatever, it's come over and eat. Fish are usually the camp cook, you know. It all works out. And
Brian Drew
take care
is
of
a
each
good
other.
cook.
Right.
If I have to be honest, I don't know what I'm more excited for. Camping with everyone or fishing a tournament.
Honestly, my favorite part is before and after the tournament. So.
Yes.
Right. So I just want to throw, I know there hasn't been much of an issue, but I just want to remind everybody, we do have a lot of, or we're going to try and get more youth in here. So we need to keep everything PG. We're a bunch of adults. Let's act like adults. If you have a problem, make sure you bring it up to Jeremy before the weigh-in starts. But let's all act like adults. I don't think we've had any problems in the past, but we're going to have a lot of new people coming in this year, it sounds like. So let's keep everything PG, family oriented.
For sure.
Fun. I feel like
Yeah, it's what it's about. It's all fun, guys.
fun.
Until you get Tamron up there when you're checking in and she's talking trash to you, and then you're going to change your mind.
Sorry.
That's only you, though.
She's about to turn 15. She'll be 15 next Sunday. I can't control her anymore.
Yeah, you in trouble.
Right.
I just feel like it's a really awesome tournament trail, and it's like such a reasonable price with most of them that I've done.
Yeah,
Keep
I
it
mean,
real.
and it's a fun group. It really is. A lot of the people, you know, most of the guys are happy. You know, you got Bozak. You know, he's been telling me it's been our year for a while, and then all of a sudden I win one, and he's like, "I told you, brother." You know, these guys.
Another thing I want to bring up is I do want to try to be on the water more. So if anyone does have anyone coming with them that is just staying around camp or anything, I'm willing to pay $50 at each tournament for someone to stay near the weigh-in to weigh in fish during the tournament.
It's real simple to use that scale too. It's nice.
It is.
During
during
the day, are you going to want somebody that can run a camera as well, so they can film live? We can hop in with them, so they can get some of the midday weigh-ins, or no?
At the weigh station, because there's not really much action. Like if you come in to weigh a big fish in the middle of a tournament, like it's literally you. Like
right. But what I'm saying is, I'm going to be having my live going, and I'm going to have different panels going on, and be bringing different anglers in throughout the day, just kind of chatting with them, seeing how their day's going, how many fish they got, stuff like that. If we get word that there's a big one going in, I'd like to bring them up on a panel live for that. You know, if we have an 80-pound blue that's going in to get weighed, we want to put that on YouTube. We want to get that.
Yeah. I mean, usually I don't say too much about people that weigh in fish just because that's their discretion. If they want others to know that they weighed in a big fish in the middle of the tournament.
Right.
Like, I'm sneaky. Like, if I caught an 80-pound blue, first of all, that'd be the biggest fish of my life, so I'd be pretty stoked. But you wouldn't know about it till weigh in.
The only issue with that is, like, say you have a team come in and weigh a big blue early at one of these tournaments, and people find out that they weighed in a big blue. Can you imagine how many boats might be looking for where they're at while they're out there?
Right.
Because,
Yeah.
So that's the only issue I have with it.
If I honestly, someone called and was like, "Hey, we just brought in an 80-pound blue," I'd kind of be like, "Oh man, that's like," but which is on me. But I'd still be like,
or we can just get footage.
You know, so
if
it's
we
like,
have
I
somebody
don't know.
footage
It's gonna
of it
bring
for
people
after.
down. There's no reason for it.
Yeah, or we can just have somebody get footage of it. That way, when you guys put your video out for after, then we can at least have that footage.
Yeah, usually, like my whole policy when I weigh in any fish early is I take a picture of them. I take a picture of them in the basket with the scale number on it. That way, if anyone ever questioned anything, I have all the proof there. There's been times like with Everett that I've called Everett on live and went live with Everett just to confirm, so I had a second person see that I weighed in a fish.
Yeah, on the boat we've had to weigh in fish.
Right. Angel, Tourney X is a lot for online tournaments.
Billy, that's a lot of work to set up it really is a lot of work to set up a separate pool and everything else to put your fish and everything else.
Yep. And
then you got to have permission from Game and Parks to do that too on top of it all.
Yep.
Yeah. And they're getting harder and harder to work with.
Yep. So, Okay, what else you got? You want to cover, Jeremy?
Nothing really, unless anyone has any questions.
Is there anybody in the chat that's got anything? Anything we need to go back over or repeat?
I think I'm gonna bring my
Make sure you all thank Adam Flegel. I can't thank him enough. I mean, that literally helps me out a ton this year. So
I'm gonna bring that roll of orange marker tape that I have, Jeremy, this year, like we used to, and just hand them a
yeah,
piece
Josh
of
had
it, and
mentioned
then
that to
spit
me
check.
too.
I mean, I got a whole roll of it. It's not doing anything. Might as well use it.
Of what?
It's just that like flimsy freaking plastic tape you can tie off. Marker
Yep,
tape.
I've got like 6 different colors of it.
Yeah, I've got some orange. We could use orange this year, different color the year after. Whatever.
Well,
We need to use a different color at each event.
Different color.
Each
Still come
tournament.
up with that, still tied on.
different color.
That way it says, "Hey, have your boat been checked?" Well, you ain't got your thing. Let's check it real quick.
Right. So if they show up with orange on, say, Tuttle, and they show up next week and they still have orange on there, we need to be using a different color so they can't skip boat check.
Right.
So
most of them.
I've got a bunch of it I can
check,
bring.
but...
I've got like 6 or 7 different colors. I have a ton of it I can bring, and we can use. I need to use it up. I haven't used it since the walleye tournament days. So
yeah, I got the orange one because I did some grass in the backyard and I roped it all off.
Yeah, I've got orange, green, pink, yellow, red.
Yeah, red, green.
We don't have
keeps
to.
little ones always in there. It's really cool.
Yep.
We don't have to worry about checking Josh's boat. He doesn't even know where his live well is. So.
Oh, I know where mine is. She don't know where it's at.
I didn't know where Josh's live wells were at.
She didn't know where it was.
It'll be another Johnson where he's following me around.
That might have been one of the first times I ever fished from a boat, so calm down. And, okay, maybe not the first time I fished from a boat, but I didn't do tournaments. That was actually my first ever tournament. Everyone thinks it was like Alabama or King Cat or something, but it was Jeremy's tournament. And that was the first time ever doing a tournament. I didn't know what a live well was. I just caught fish and put it back in the water. Half the time I
Wicked Whiskers pop
I just want to kiss on.
Yeah. All right. Everett, remind me. I need help with names here. Guy fishing.
Scott Michael Guy.
Yeah,
Okay.
Scott. He's the one that put up 250 for top youth end of the year and 250 for top lady end of the year.
And I'm gonna add $100 onto his top youth.
Yeah.
Okay. So
me and Billy will actually be fishing with Scott Michael at Calamus this year for the 2-day.
Sweet.
He's cursed out there, so good luck.
Hey, he's gonna have the frickin' El Honcho on the boat. And when I say El Honcho, I mean Billy, because
that's a 2-day one
last year.
Yeah,
that'll be fun to camp then.
Yeah, he hunted me down and it's like, I just want to catch one fish today, and then he came and watched us catch fish.
Let's see. I told him he paid gas, we'll pay the entry fee, but I didn't tell him I was running the boat.